Hi, my name is Jasmine, and this is Learn to Sail Online with Piers Park Sailing Center. An important skill you're going to learn early on as a sailor is how to tie knots. Even though there are hundreds of knots, we'll be reviewing just a few of the most important knots. A good knot has good holding power and can untie easily. You want to master the skill of tying knots because a knot tied incorrectly can be dangerous. I'm going to start off with the figure 8 knot. Figure 8 knot is a type of stopper knot that we put at the ends of lines, most commonly used at the end of a jib sheet. The reason we put them at the end of lines is so that then it doesn't run back through a block or a pulley. So when you're tying a figure 8 knot, you're going to start with folding your line like this, and then you're going to want to make a fish that looks like this. So you're going to cross one end over the other end. Now with the piece that is on top of the other one, just like this, you're going to take that and you're going to wrap it under the one underneath it. So you have it look like that. Once you have this piece wrapped under, you're going to take it again and you're going to put it through your loop, just like that, and then you're going to pull both ends. And at the end you should have something that looks like a number 8. I'm going to show you from a different angle as well. So you're going to go ahead and do the same thing where you make a fish, and the piece of the line that runs on top, you're going to take that and you're going to run it under the other one. So it wraps under this. And then you're going to take that same piece and you're going to put it through the loop, and then you're going to pull both ends. And at the end you should have something that looks like a number 8. Next we're going to tie the square knot. The square knot is recommended for sail lashing, so like a sail tie or your sail cover. It's not recommended to tie 2 lines together because if it's under a load, it can be hard to untie, or if it's not under a load, it can come untied easily. So the way that I like to remember how to tie a square knot is left over right and right over left. So for the square knot, you're going to want to have both ends of your line. And so you're going to put your left over the right and create this X. The line that is on top of your X is the one that's going to wrap around and go underneath. So now you still have your left and your right. And so you just did left over right, and now you're going to do your right one over your left one. And again, the one that is on top is the one that's going to go around the line. And now you're going to pull all 4 of the lines. And this is your square knot. It should kind of look like a square. And when you take both ends and you kind of push them together, it should do something like this. That's a square knot. Next we're going to tie a barrel knot. A barrel knot is another type of stopper knot that's more permanent than the figure 8 knot. We'll put a barrel knot at the end of lines like halyards or main sheets, lines that stay on the boat and that we don't take on and off of the boat. Sometimes a barrel knot can also be used to go through the head of your mainsail when you don't have a shackle. Okay, so when you're tying a barrel knot, you're going to want to go ahead and fold your line like this. You're going to want to wrap it around your index finger so it kind of looks like a life jacket or scarf around your index finger. Now you're going to take one end of your line, just like this one, and you're going to start to wrap it around your index finger. But the important thing is that you want to wrap the line around the other part of the line, so the other one that's hanging down. And so you want to just keep wrapping until you have like 3 or 4 wraps. Now you want to carefully slip this off your index finger. You want to be careful that you don't unravel all of the wraps that you just made. Now the piece of line that you were just wrapping around your finger, you're going to take that and you're going to stick it through the bottom, through all of the wraps that you just made. And then you're going to pull both ends. You might need to adjust some of the wraps so that then they all are even. And then you just keep pulling both ends so you can get it nice and tight. And this is your barrel knot. Kind of looks like a barrel. Now I'm going to teach you how to tie a bowline. A bowline puts a non-slip loop at the end of a line. When a bowline is under pressure or under a load, it becomes stronger, but it's still easy to untie. All right, so when you're tying a bowline, you kind of want a bigger line to start off with so that it becomes easier to make your loop. So first thing you're going to want to do is you want to make a 6. So you have one piece of your line going up and you have another piece that goes this way. So you have your number 6 right here. Now the part that's hanging off your 6, you want to make sure that this part is kind of long. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust it so we make it a little bit longer. Because this is what's going to become your loop. So now I'm going to take this end, and how we like to teach at bowling is that you have your 6 and this is your bunny. So you have your bunny and then you have your tree. And this is your tree. You're going to go ahead and take your bunny and he's going to come out the hole. He's going to go around the tree. Just like that. And then he's going to go back into the hole. Now, to tighten all of this, you want to take your tree, and then you want to take your bunny and the tail of your bunny, and you want to pull all 3 of them at the same time. And the way that you know that you have a bowline is you have a person wearing a life jacket. And an easy way to untie a bowline is you take it and you sort of snap it like this, and then it becomes easier to untie your bowline. Another way to tie a bowline is you have your line just like this, and you take your bunny, you cross them over so that you kind of have this X, and then you pinch right here at the X, and you're going to go ahead and twist towards you and away. And what this does is it creates your 6 for you, and your bunny is already facing out of the hole. So all that you have to do now is put your bunny around the tree and then put him back through the hole. And then now you just pull your tree, your bunny, and the tail to tighten it. And then you have your person wearing a life jacket. That's your bowline. Now I'm going to teach you how to tie a cleat hitch. A cleat hitch we use to secure a boat to the dock. So when you have a cleat hitch, you're going to have one end that is attached to the boat, which is over here, and then the end that you're holding on to, which is right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap it all the way around our cleat. So I've made a full loop around it. Then I'm going to go ahead and cross over one end. Now I want to make a loop with my piece of line, and I want to turn away from me so that then this piece is now underneath and you have a full loop. So it kind of looks like a fish. And then you're going to slip it right over this other part of the cleat and you want to pull. And one way to know that you've tied the cleat hitch correctly is you have train tracks under a bridge. So you have these 2 pieces of line that look like train tracks under this bridge over here. This is one of the things you should learn early on and learn to sail online. Make sure to tune in for more episodes at piersparksailing.org.